I'm already ready already. Wait, where am I looking? I haven't even started. Oh no, my olives. Not you. She's like, what, Mom? Are you talking to me? I lost them down there. Ugh. Where are they? They're gonna be good and frozen. They didn't fall. Oh, I feel them. Hold on. I'm gonna spill this all over me. Runaway olives. Oh, come on. All the ice is in the way. This is starting out well. I can't have a dirty martini without... Oh. Ha ha ha, I saved them. I have to pick this ice cube up before I forget about it. And it melts all over the floor. Oh, man down. Ooh. Okay. What do you say we get this party started? I feel like I'm crooked. I mean, I'm always a little off. Today's drink I have to share is out of my Simply Socks Yarn Company mug. For those of you who've never heard of Simply Socks, that is what their store looks like. I highly suggest checking out the website. That right there, my friends, is over 17 tons, last time I knew, of yarn. And then it says, sticks and stones may break my bones, but sticks and string excite me. That was kind of hard to read backwards. It's totally backwards on my screen. I can read, I promise, and I've only had 2 sips of this. Hi guys, Chevy Rell here. Welcome to the Chevy Rell Stuff podcast. If you have been coming here to enjoy the crazy for a while, welcome back. I have some new subscribers. As always, a welcome to you. My last episode, I did kind of have a little pity party for myself, I think. And I got so much love that I was almost embarrassed that I said anything about it. So thank you very, very much for just being awesome. I am not going to change anything. I'm doing me, heeding my own advice, as I said, and that's that. So let's get on to the stuff. As always, I feel like this is going to be a quick episode, but you know how that goes. My first FO, I have a crochet square. What? And that is out of my 200 crochet blocks book that I'm working my way through. I will add this to my I'll post a little picture. I always point up here because there's a little shelf up here with all my squares on it. This is number 21. I am just using scraps and things, and there's no rhyme nor reason to any of it. It's just whatever I grab. I'm only on 21 of 200, so I may or may not finish it before I die. If for some reason that happens, I'm going to have to will these crocheted squares to somebody to finish my blanket. My next FO is my Vanilla is the New Black socks. It is by Anna something, and I apologize. I'll put it down here. As you know, I'm pretty good at linking all the things. These socks are for Dan. Look at me, all professional on my sock blockers. That's as professional as I get, folks. As you know or may not know, the cool thing about the Vanilla is the New Black is the heel. That's a great picture. Look at this view showing off the heel. I don't know. If you look at the heel, it's a stockinette triangle thing. I suck at this game. Y'all know what it looks like, right? Of course, it's getting lost with the busy yarn. This yarn is Creepy Ass by the Whimsical Wood Yarn Company. I said Whimsical Wool the last time, I think. Whimsical Woods. Whimsical Woods Yarn Company. I don't know. If you Google that or click the link below, you will get to see all of her things. And her yarn colorway names are hilarious. I'm thinking that Creepy Ass is for all of you who either play Minecraft, which I'm guessing none of you do, or your children play Minecraft. There is a character in there called a Creeper, and he's kind of this like, oh, nice fingernail cuticle thingy I have going on there. now that I've pointed that out to you, please check out how bad my fingernails are. This is not going to be a short episode, I can just tell. Anyway, the colors of a creeper, that's an olive hair. The colors of a creeper are kind of like that dark green and black, and then there might be some, and I think you can kill them maybe, I don't know. So these are for Dan. They fit great. I did the typical knitter thing where I'm like, hey, try these on. Do you love them? And he was like, oh my gosh, I love them. And I was like, okay, give them back. I have to show them on the podcast. So now he can have them just in time for YarnCon this weekend. We'll talk more about that later. Can we just take a minute to check out this cuteness right here? Look at that. And you got, oh, well, the light is terrible. Hi, Miss Olive. So, I see your little tails. For you OGs who have been with us for a while and have seen the Olive episode where she lost her leg, this hair I don't think is ever gonna grow back. Do you want to say hi to all your friends? Do you want to say hi to all of your friends? They love yous. Sorry, some people hate that, I know, and it might have made you motion sickness, but I also know that people love an Olive sighting. So there's that. You're either in one camp or the other, right? The other thing about these socks that I forgot to mention is, while I'm not entering them, basically because I'm really lazy, these would qualify for Barbara from the Flaming Fiber podcast and Leslie from the Not Quite Enough Yarn podcasts make along, which is the Stash Kal 2019. That is craft from your stash. So any of you who are knitting something with yarn that was in your stash last year, but you cast it on this year, it counts. They each have an FO thread in their Ravelry groups. Go post your stuff and win some prizes. And I think it's a year long. So I believe, I don't know if Leslie is, I know Barbara is. I don't know. You'll have to go watch their podcasts and find out. I think that they are drawing monthly prizes from the threads as well as like a big one at the end. But you'll have to go check it out. Go enter to win the prizes. All the prizes. Speaking of which, here's my first martini tangent. I was telling my friend Tara how I never win anything, and she was like, yes, you do. Yes, I have won things, but I have never won any yarny prize. I feel like I'm all up in your grill. Relax. I feel like I want that shirt where the guy in Wedding Singer's like, relax. This is full of tangents. I wonder if I'll ever even get to finish a thought. Okay, what was I talking about? Oh, winning a prize. So I always enter for, and some of you guys tag me in prizes, thank you. I will tell you I don't enter all of them. I really only enter the ones that I really want to win. If I'm not head over heels in love with something, I wouldn't want to win it and steal it from someone else. I do enter those things on Instagram, and my friend Tori, who has a little girl named Ren, I knit a monster here again for all you OGs. That's original gangstas, for those of you who don't know that slang, meaning the viewers who've been watching for a very long time and have heard me talk about it before. Sometimes I feel bad because I repeat myself a whole bunch. But I also know there's new viewers, and I don't expect you to go back and watch all the episodes. So that's why. Anyway, I knit a monster for Ren when she was a baby, and Tori knows Ren is her daughter, and Tori knows that Logan is having a baby. So she tagged me in this. It's called the Wildbird. I'll link it. Why not? For any of you baby people who want to check it out. And it's like a high-end, in my opinion, sling. You know, like you wrap it around your body. I'll put a picture here. You wrap it around your body and you put a baby in it sort of deal. Well, it was just like our fibery entries, right? You had to like tag some people and like the page and like all the things. And of course, I'd never heard of it before. So I went to the website, I checked all the things out, I watched the videos, and I had been wanting to get Kate and Logan a sling anyway, because while I don't have a baby of my own, there is something about wearing a baby that I find absolutely flippin' adorable, and I wanted them to do that. They were giving 10 slings away, and it was actually through another person, so it was like a gal who used their slings. So if that makes any sense, and is probably all information that you don't need to know, but I will tag her as well. I feel like I need to, or not tag, link. I feel like I need to link the chick that is whose page it was that Wildbird was working with for the giveaways, so you can go check her out if you're into like baby things. She has a plethora of children. They're all adorable and look like they're straight out of a J. Crew magazine. So I entered her giveaway, and her name escapes me. I'll put it down here and I'll link it. You guys, I got a message that I won this sling, and I was telling my friend to, wow. This is like the OG episode. It is. Thumbs up if you're an OG. Do you guys remember that little baby spider that was in my windowsill like in 3 episodes last year? He's here. He must have slept here. Those little like jumping spiders, have you ever seen that little cartoon guy? He talks like a baby, kinda, or a little kid. I am all over the place. I'm blaming it on being really excited for YarnCon this weekend and maybe the martini. I have to tell you, I lost my Olives again. Not you. She didn't even move. Usually when I say her name, she moves. Anyway, that little jumpy spider is in my windowsill still. He must have hibernated there and just woke up, even though it's cold AF here today. And this is the OG episode. That's going to be the name of the podcast. Original Gangstas. Totally. I stamped my first robin a couple days ago. I'll try and link that episode. Maybe not. I don't know if I'll be able to find it or not. Holy shit. Now, where was I before the jumping spider? My jumping spider friend who lives in the windowsill.
It's because this is Total Tangent City.
The sling. That's where I was. Oh my gosh. 5 minutes later, probably I'll cut out a bunch of dead air. The sling. I won this sling. So I had to like email the Wildbird, which is the company that makes the sling, and I had to pick out a sling that I wanted, like the color and the ring color and all that stuff. So I go back and look at the post. You guys, they gave away 10 slings, which sounds like a lot, right? Over 16,000 entries on that thread, and I won one of them. So baby Cole got a sling, and I got a black one hoping that Kate will wear it. I mean, I don't know if he will or not, but I'm totally gonna make him for a picture anyway. Okay, back to the knitting. Good grief, and all those tangents. Speaking of Cole, he's my next FO. Well, he's not my next FO. He's Logan's next FO though. Logan is super tiny, and over a month ago, he was 6 pounds. Over 6 pounds. So, yeah. Speaking of Leslie from Not Quite Enough Yarn, do you remember when she gifted me the Sweetest Sleeper by, I think it's simply Sycamore. It'll be linked. She gifted it to me, and I had to make it for Cole. Look how cute it is. Tell me, you guys. Like, for all of you baby making people, your ovaries just fell on the floor, didn't they? Look at this. Look how flippin' cute this is. I bought the yarn at Simply Socks Yarn Company. Thank you, Rachel. I wanted like heirloom quality because, let's face it, he's not gonna be, trucking around in this little getup. This will be for pictures or something like that. This is MadTosh Tosh DK in the Rust Belt colorway, and that's pretty good. I did put my little tag on it on the back of the neck. And I didn't figure that that would bother him because, like I said, he's not going to be trucking around in it. It's going to be, if you look at the project page, these little sleepers, and I made the newborn size. Look, there's little feetsies. Oh my God, it's so cute. I mean, I still have my ovaries because, you know, I'm not that girl. But some of you, I know, they're popping because even I think this is cute. And then the cool thing, I mean, there's lots of cool things about it, but these buttons are my Grandma Peg's. They were from my Grandma Peg stash, which is my mom's mom. You guys hear about Grandma Nada quite often. She is like the stuff room. She's probably where I get my, we'll call this mini hoarding. This sign here, oh my gosh, this is the OG episode. I talked about this sign on the first episode. It says it's not hoarding if your shit's cool, which I think my shit's cool. Just saying. Anyway, Grandma Peg is my mom's mom, who was definitely not a hoarder, but she was a knitter. She was a painter. She was very crafty. And when she passed away, I got what little stash she had, and these buttons were in there. So Cole is going to have something from his great Grandma Peg. Leslie, thank you so much. I cannot wait to squeeze a fat little baby butt in there. There's gonna be a baby in here, a real one. It still seems so surreal to me. For those of you who don't know, Tosh DK is 100% merino wool, and it is squishy awesomeness. And the colorways are great. I mean, you know. Oh. So went to Simply Socks, and according to the pattern, I thought I was going to need 2 skeins, which, let me look here. This is what the label looks like. Again, the colorway's Rust Belt. It's 225 yards. According to the pattern, I thought I was going to need 2 skeins, even for the newborn size. Not even. I still have some left. I don't know where it is, but I still have some left. Well, of course, I'd caked the second skein, so I was ready to go. So, you know, I have to keep it. I'm going to make myself a hat out of this awesome colorway. And then Cole and Aunt Chevy's can be matchy-matchy. Maybe someday you'll see a baby in this and a hat in that. I don't know. No promises. While I'm talking about Simply Socks, I'm going to mention a couple other things. While I was there, I got these 2 yarn babies. Look at those. If that's not a yarn baby, I don't know what is. This is the post yarn, and that is Simply Socks signature. Is that what you call it? It's their yarn. Heather dyes it in-house. It's Simply Socks yarn. And this is, what's it say? 250 grams of worsted weight in their Great Dismal Swamp colorway. That would be 465 yards. So what is that? 900 and some change in yardage. I am hoping, or at least the reason that I bought them, that this will be enough for a cropped sweater someday. It might be next season because, you know, we're coming out of sweater weather right now. Marta, my girl Marta from MaddFuzzy, was taking a road trip, and y'all know that I've talked about her before. There again, you OGs. She was taking a road trip from Montana to Maine and made a detour to stop by Simply Socks and said, hey girl, I'm gonna be in town. Are you gonna be around? And I was like, hell yeah, I'm gonna be around. So I got to meet Marta. I'll insert a picture. For those of you who follow on Instagram, you've already seen it, but that is Marta. And while I was there, she traveled with yarn because you guys know she dyes. She gifted me this awesome skein. Look at this. Ugh. And for those of you who don't remember, the cool thing about Marta is that all of her yarn is all Maine sourced. So the sheep live in Maine, it's shorn in Maine, it's processed in Maine, it's milled in Maine, she dyes it in Maine. This is Maine, and her label is so, which you can't see it because it won't focus. I don't have one of them fancy cameras with those macro lenses, I think is what they call them. But her label's really cute. You'll have to buy them so you can see this awesome art. This is 100% East Frisian wool in her passion fruit colorway. Workhorse socks. These will last you. Now, they're not superwash. They're the real deal, and they are amazing. Spinning. You guys, I've done some spinning. I had some spinning on the last one. Of course, I had to put some more spinning on. Now, I've been wanting to spin more, but I've been really busy, which I'll tell you about why later. I got a little sidetracked. But this is going to be awkward because I'm not taking my flyer off my spinning wheel. I don't feel like effing with it, so stand by. I'm just gonna set my spinning wheel right up here on my lap. This is the fiber I'm spinning. It is Uniquely Yours, and I apologize. I have no idea where the tag is. I'm sure all of you are very surprised by that. I can tell you it's Uniquely Yours. I just don't know what the fiber content is, and I've told you the last fiber I spun was Uniquely Yours, and I don't think that she dyes anymore, so you couldn't get it anyway. But I don't know what she called this awesome colorway. I can tell you that I purchased it up at Allegan. I can also tell you that this right here is like leftover from stuff that I've spun before. I need to Navajo ply it just to get it off the bobbin, I guess, and have like a little mini or something. These are Akerwork bobbins, and the cool thing about these is you can twist them and then pull off the end, which I'm not gonna do it because that'd be a disaster. But they pack flat for traveling, and you can pick different designs and different colors. So they're super cool. They'll be linked. They're my favorite bobbins. And then they have a list of what spinning wheels they make bobbins for, and I have an Ashford Joy, so I know 100% they make it for them. I had to wait a little bit for them to engineer it. I don't know. They didn't start with Ashford. Let me just show you. There is the fiber thus far. Kind of uneventful, but at least I showed you. If you're spinning, go check Tommy out over at Squirrel Pie Productions podcast. I'll link it. She's having a fiber along. It is #FiberAlong2019. Well, that's what I'll be hashtagging that spinning when I get back to it. Paint me like one of your French ladies. Oh, Olive, you look like you're posing. Oh, it's okay. You don't have to get up. You're a good girl. What else? Okay, so my notes are totally out of order. Here again, I know you're so surprised. My spinning is a whip, which we are not onto the whips yet. So that's out of order, which I'm sure in my mad editing skills, I could move that around, but I'm not gonna. I do have one more FO, which is why I didn't get a whole lot of spinning done, because it kind of took a back seat to this. Let me show you. What? You guys, I sewed a thing. This is the Metamorphic Dress by Sous Liberated. Her name is Meg. If you look up Sous Liberated or click the link below, you'll be able to find it. I have wanted this dress forever. I will tell you that this is reversible, and I did this ombre dye job on purpose. This you can undo. Oh, look. Hey, my jeans are new. You get it, right? You get it. This is my YarnCon outfit, and I just put it on to record tonight so you guys can see it. Today is Thursday. We're leaving for Chicago in the morning. YarnCon is on Saturday. Y'all won't see this until next week. But the ombre is on purpose, and I wanted the dark to peek out the bottom when this layer was on. There's pockets like this. Now, when you flip it wrong side out, you can't see this bit. It just looks like a straight dress, and there's pockets that go right here. I wanted you to know what it was. So here's the story on this dress. tons of people know what this pattern is. For those of you that, for those of you, God, now I even, when I say it right, for all of those of you, is how I normally say it. Even now that I'm saying it right, I still think I'm saying it wrong. For those of you who follow me on Instagram, you know that I've made this. You've already seen it. You've seen it in pieces before it was dyed. I will post a picture of the picture that I saw on Instagram, and for fear of sounding like a complete and total utter stalking freak, I basically want to be her. This is Meg. Everything she wears is freaking adorable. I love all of it. I was talking to my friend Tara, who knows all the things. Tara is basically the opposite of me. She is wonderful at everything, and I'm sort of like a jack of all trades, master of none sort of deal. So whenever I have any questions or anything, I always refer to her because she just knows, and I trust her, and she's awesome. So we were talking back and forth about it, and of course she knew exactly who she was. Then, you know, when you're talking to somebody, it's like, oh, I have to go buy the patterns. Well, it was Meg's birthday, and she was having a sale, and I bought like a whole bunch of patterns. This is called the Metamorphic Dress. I also purchased the Forager Vest, which is the vest that, I don't know if it's still up or not, but maybe I'll put it back up. It's the vest that she is wearing. I basically want this entire outfit. Like, I saw this picture and was like, I need this in my world, which is why I bought these jeans. See, there's holes. You guys. I feel like a creepy stalker, but I'm not really. I just really love the outfit. That brings me to more enabling. Okay, rewind. I digress. No, I don't. I'm on a tangent, and now I'm bringing it back. Oh my God, there's so many things. So real quick, the patterns that I bought the Forager, which is the vest in this picture. I also purchased the Arenite Pants, which I don't know if that was like a moment of weakness just because they were so cool looking, and I am not. You guys, I don't sew. I mean, obviously I can sew, but I just like makeshift it, man. Like, I don't have the proper tools. I don't have a rotary cutter. I cut everything out with scissors. It's very sort of haphazardly. I can muddle through a sewing pattern, but it's a lot of work. I have to use my brain. The pants are adorable, but they scare me a little bit. That'll be way later, hopefully, if I can even do it. I need to find the right fabric and all that stuff. Ugh. Anyway, Forager though, I have cut out for the vest. That'll be the next thing that I sew. And then I also purchased the Hinterland Dress, which is another very popular pattern. I'm sure you guys have seen it. I'll post it here. The reason that I posted the Hinterland Dress, which I do not have fabric set up for, I felt like I was biting off a little more than I could chew with this dress, so it'll be down the road. But my thoughts for the Hinterland Dress, here again, Tara, because she's amazing. I never would have known that. I fell in love with the Nordiska Sweater, and I don't know who it's by. I'll put it down here. I'll post a picture. I fell in love with this sweater. I do not have the yarn for it. This will be way in the future. One Sunday at knitting, we were all talking, and I said I love that sweater, but I absolutely loved the dress. Like, I love the sweaters over dresses. And Tara's the one that said that the Hinterland pattern, like, it looks very similar, if in fact it might even be the one that's in this. I don't know. I didn't ask the designer. But that's the reason that I bought the Hinterland pattern, is because I eventually want to knit the Nordiska sweater, and I think it will be cute as shit over the top of the Hinterland dress. Now, rewind back to the Metamorphic Dress. Because I am not a sewer, I did a muslin. And what a muslin is, for those of you who don't sew, is I will post a picture of what it looked like before I dyed it. It is cheap fabric. There's usually I just thought it was cheap fabric, but there is actually a muslin section at Joann's. It's cheap fabric that you can sew the dress before you cut into your good fabric. So The pattern Meg suggests a linen or a rayon for it. This is cotton that mimics, I mean, it kind of had, it's thicker than the linen that I purchased to make the dress. I mean, literally I am copying. I got the same color even. I loved Meg's, that entire outfit. I loved it and I just want it. So for lack of sounding like a completely psycho creepy stalker, I want that outfit. Basically all of it. I love it. So I wanted to make a muslin first to make sure that it fit, to make sure that, you know, the size that I made a size 12 and it's fine. But because this is cotton, it is poofier and will lay way different than the linen that I purchased to match the one that Meg had, the gray one. It's going to be gray. I also cut it out. I cut muslin out for the Forager. Well, the reason that I dyed it is why not wear it? So a muslin is sort of like a swatch for knitters, right? So you make it with the cheap stuff to make sure that it fits, and then you cut your good stuff, much like, you know, you don't want to knit a whole sweater with $100 worth of yarn only to find out that the size doesn't fit because your gauge is off. I am a swatcher, people. Now, I am not as good of a swatcher as some. Like, I don't swatch for little shit, like hats and stuff. But if it's a sweater, if it's a garment that I am wearing that I need to fit my body, I swatch. And even then, like Leslie from the Knit Girls says, swatches lie. At least they do for me. Oops, sorry. I hit my fancy, I wish you could see what this camera's on. Y'all are propped up on some yoga blocks. Anyway, I thought if I was sewing a muslin, wrong pipe. I thought if I was sewing a muslin, I liked it. I might as well wear it. Well, muslin's like a natural color, as you saw from the picture. And no, that does not work for me. I mean, look at my vampiric skin next to cream. It doesn't work. So we dip dyed it ombre, which was a whole fiasco. Dan helped and he was awesome and amazing. You know, like I always say, I'm the picker and he's the putter. Like he helped me boil the water. Of course I was boiling the water wrong. Or not as efficient as, Olive, where are you going? Not as efficient as Dan can boil water. So he helped me, which was fine because he basically did everything and I just stood there and knit. So it worked out fine. But that's where this Metamorphic dress came from. I will be making another one in another fabric, as well as a Forager and a Hinterland. Back to the original picture of Meg in the Metamorphic dress and me saying that I wanted to completely copy everything that she did in this picture because I'm psycho. I then stalked her jeans, only to find out that there's a book called Mending Matters. Now, because Chevis doesn't read, I just see the things and buy them. It was like $8 or something, $7, I don't know. I purchased this book. It's called Mending Matters, and it's by Katrina Rodabaugh. Me purchasing this book came about my excellent sleuth skills of stalking Meg's Instagram, which is so Liberated. And that's where this awesome stitching comes from. Now, I know this is going to surprise you all, okay? I'm aware. I didn't really read what I was buying. And here it was an ebook. So I had to print it out. So at first I was kind of pissed, like, damn it, I wish I would have bought the actual book. Like here I bought an ebook. But here's the thing, you guys. Now I bought these little, I had a binder and I had these little 3-hole reinforcement things. Now when I'm using it, I can open it up and actually see things. I am a lover of spiral bound books. I wish all books were spiral bound, at least for crafting. Because like you want to lay them flat. But even if we were like knitting and reading, think how cool it would be if the book you were reading was flat. I want to be them. Look at their clogs. I am a clog lover. I love all of these things. And I think this should be our world. I'm just saying. I love it all. So that's why these jeans still have the tags on them, because how crazy is this? I bought a pair of jeans with holes in them just so I could mend them. I've told you guys multiple times that I am not what some people would call sane. I'm just saying. So be prepared to see some stitch mending, jean mending stitch things in later episodes. These martini episodes, you guys. Oh, I want to show you my necklace. I don't think I've ever shown it before. It says Wool Queen. I got this at a fiber festival in Charlevoix, Michigan that was in a castle. I have no idea who the vendor was. Now let me show you the whips. Oh no, ditto in the house. I'm gonna try and go fast because this is already so long. So my first whip in my bird leg bag. Ditto, please. Back it up. Thank you. Oh, hey. Here are my things for my Mending Matters. I forgot I put them in there. Can you read that right there? Sashiko. So this is the thread that she recommends and the needles, and then I got the patches. Now, I will not be able to patch these jeans before YarnCon, so this is not the exact outfit I will be wearing. What are you doing? No, okay, back off. Okay, get down. You smell like outside. But I have all of the stuff to do it, so I'll do that when I get home. Back to my whip. This is my Ives sweater. You guys have seen it. Real quick, just a refresher, this is a Jared Flood pattern. This is knit from left to right or right to left rather than top to bottom. I have the back done. It's right there on that chair. I'm rocking on the front. This is blank. I'm blank. Loft. It's Loft. Brooklyn Tweed. This is Brooklyn Tweed in the Soot colorway. This is a fingering. It's a woolen spun yarn. It is very light. This is the front. The last time you guys saw it, I was here. I have this much. I mean, you're not really going to be able to tell any difference until I actually like sew it into a sweater. I did get quite a bit done on it. It's very addictive. I love knitting this sweater. That's what I was knitting the whole time I was dyeing my dress because it's so light. Like how many complete sweater fronts can you knit standing? Because that yarn is just light as air. My next whip, you guys are gonna be so proud of me. At least I hope you guys are gonna be so proud of me. Remember how last time I told you I was gonna work on this? I did. I did it. This is my Sous by Norah Gaughan, right? Norah Gaughan. This is in my Knitting I Love needle pouch. And she told me, I showed you guys wrong on the last one. I had the needles on the outside of the snap. And she messaged me and said the inside of the snap. And I was like, that's because I totally watched the video and missed that part. So of course I showed you wrong. But I'm telling you now, this is the correct way. I love these things. Okay, that's the back. She's coming along. Look, you guys, it's the front. Here's the cool thing. This is the last time you saw it, this little dragonfly. I got that much done. I held true to my word, you guys, and look at the front. It's like a thingy, right? Okay, so this is the cool thing. Hold on. Guys, that actually, oh, you could use that same technique to make a hood. My mind is blown. You totally could. And maybe like scarf it. Okay. I have all the cabling done. So I am at this point. I am at the point where I'm like right there. My next thing is I am casting off for that little V right there and going the rest of the way up. So I'm done with cabling. The end is in sight. And you know what else this is going to look totally flippin' adorable over? My Hinterland dress. Whenever I make it. Which who knows when that'll be, but someday because I have the pattern. I will be knitting on this. I need to wind yarn tonight because it's one of those, and I don't know if that's giving anything away or not, but you like go to a certain point and you leave the yarn hanging, which Steel City Stitcher ball sacks. I guess I forgot to say that. This yarn is Plucky in their deep dish colorway, and it actually, can you tell I like similar things? It actually looks a whole lot similar to Rust Belt MadTosh colorway. The pattern calls for a DK weight, so I am using Plucky Solo held double. So that's why I have 2 ball sacks, but I have to wind more yarn because you like let these hang out and then you start anew until some other point. So I will be knitting on this tomorrow on the car ride to YarnCon. Actually to Chicago, because the first day is always food and drinks with the bestie. For those of you, right? No, what did I used to say? I say the right thing now all the time. For those of you. For any of those of you. For any, is that what I used to say? Anyway. The first day is always like drinks and eating and partying with Clinny. And then we wake up and we do YarnCon during the day on Saturday. We usually wake up, we get some coffee at like a different place than we went the last time. We'll grab some like bougie donuts and we'll eat them in YarnCon parking lot and then go into YarnCon. I'm so excited. By the time you guys see this, YarnCon will have already happened. And I am so excited. It's one of my favorites. Is that everything? That's all my whips. Now we are on to donations. Vanessa got a hold of me. She's a viewer. She's on Ravelry. I did not ask whether to share her name or not. So I'm not going, there's a lot of Vanessas, right? Her Ravelry handle. She is downsizing her stash. She has a lot of yarn that she would like to be, and I said in my last video, knit, but she would like to be used, whether that be knit, crochet, woven, whatever. She sent me a box of goodies for you guys. So I'm going to show you what she sent, and they are going to be part of the prizes for the book make along, as well as the Show Chevy stuff giveaway. Even though it's for you guys, it's still fun to open boxes when you don't know what is going to be in it. You guys, it's a Mrs. Brown's bag. I didn't even know she had these that weren't knit stitches. I have one of her bags that, you know how like she'll knit a swatch and have the fabric turned into that. I didn't know she did these. So brand new, a brand new bag. And look, it has one of these things. So one of y'all are gonna win that. I won't close it because I don't wanna, and the inside just looks like a canvas. This awesome skin, God, isn't that cool? It's like patriotic, it's super squishy too. It is Nanette Wake Studio hand-dyed yarns. Sock fingering, 100% superwash merino, 490 yards. Black eye. Black eye, black eye. I'm thinking red eye flight. Black eye, like somebody popped you in the face. That's what this colorway is. She also sent some Tanis fiber arts. Look at those colors. Wow, that's like an art palette. Wow, that's really cool. It reminds me of one of those, you know, those Bob Ross things that it's It's like a palette. What's that called? You know what I'm saying, where you like hold it with your thumb and it has all the paint and you like mix it. That's what that reminds me of for some reason. But the colorway name is Aurora. So that's lights, right? Isn't that kind of like Northern Lights? Isn't that? Okay, I can see that. This is 80% superwash merino, 20% nylon, 420 yards, 4 ounces. She said some of this stuff, let me read the card. I think she said some of this stuff's like 20 years old. Like deep, deep stash. Yep, 20 years old or so. Mostly from, it says the sock yarn is mostly from Germany and is approximately 20 years old. So some of this stuff we've never heard of, guys, or at least I haven't heard of. And I'll keep this together when I send it for prizes. So this you get 2 skeins of. And this is Wildfoot Luxury Sock, 75% washable wool. That's what they called it 25 years ago. Instead of superwash, it was washable. And 25% nylon. It's 215 yards per skein. So you'll be able to get a pair of socks out of that. Colorway is Sunflower. We have 2 skeins of Regia. At least that's how I say it. I don't know if that's the correct pronunciation or not. Oh, there they show a picture. It's not the right colorway, but it shows you how it knits up, kind of the pattern. And this colorway is numbers, but it is 75% superwash new wool and 25% polyamide. Polyamide, however you say that. Ooh, look at this. Vanessa, this is so fun. What is that? This comes with, that's for heels and toe reinforcement, right? I think. I mean, that would make sense because I think that's for heel and toe reinforcement. This is, I can't say that. I'm not even going to try. I'll just make an ass out of myself, which I do all the time, but you know. That is 80% virgin wool, 20% nylon, 225 yards per skein. That's really soft too. Like, I'm surprised. And that has Tweedy bits in it. You guys, prizes galore, man. Here's some more of that Wildfoot in a different colorway. This is the Brilliant colorway. And just to remind you, this other stuff was the Sunflower colorway. And then I don't know if this skein has been gotten into or if it puked. I almost feel like maybe it puked because it, you know, it just looked like it decided to give up on life. It needs a little help here. And this also has the reinforcement. It's that same brand as before and no colorway name. It's a number. And then this, I will weigh it. She's already balled this up. Western Sky Knits in the Cambridge colorway. Wow, that's cool. And this is what the label looks like. Western Sky Knits. And that is 80% superwash merino, 20% nylon, 400 yards. 100 grams, but like I said, I'll weigh this so you at least know in case whoever wins that prize doesn't have a scale. So you guys, how awesome is that? Thank you, Vanessa. That was so nice. Oh, hey, I'm real excited. I'm just throwing the camera everywhere. And again, that is Vanessa from Montana. Big sky. I've never been to Montana. So Vanessa was in Montana. Marta was just in Montana. Marta's actually from Montana, which is why she was there when she detoured on her way back. All you Montana folks are coming out of the woodwork. Okay, the last thing I'm going to talk about is I was invited to participate or be a participant or a member or a friend of a VKN group, and it's called the International VKN. I am going to link all of the things below. I do know that in the past I have talked to you about VPNs. A VPN. I will tell you this was actually a double. It wasn't it was a tall. I was invited by a viewer, Zakia, and you guys have probably, at least some of you, followed her on Instagram, and she also has a podcast. I'll put her info down here. I hope that's okay. I assume that she has a podcast. She would like for people to watch it. She is a cross stitcher as well. I know that I've spoke to you about VKNs in the past. A VKN, for those new viewers that might not know what that is a virtual knit night, even though it's not always at night. It's a video chat where multiple makers can get together sort of in a meeting room. And it's a cool way for people to have a knitting group that don't have a knitting group. Like maybe you moved to a new city and you haven't gotten a physical knitting group yet. Maybe you are a little shy and don't want to go out and be part of a physical knitting group. Maybe you live in the country and there are no knitters around you. A VKN is perfect because all you need is a laptop with a camera and maybe some headphones. Phil and Eleni, very, very nice couple from Greece, and they host the International Virtual Knit Night, which is IVKN. Again, everything will be linked below. Phil said that I was welcome to mention it on my podcast. There were some of you who showed interest in doing a VKN. You guys, they are awesome. If you want to try a legit VKN, this is a really good one. The reason that I feel, in my opinion, that this is a very good one is because the way it works is, I'll link it below, you go to their Facebook page and request to join the group. Phil will send you 3 questions. It's very important that you answer those 3 questions. They're very easy. Then he will set up a meeting with you on a website called Zoom, which is what you need to use for the VKN. Zoom is free. You'll have to sign up for a membership, but it's free. That's what enables you to join the video chat. He will video chat you one-on-one and tell you about how it works, answer any questions you have. The reason that I like it is because it is structured. It's not willy-nilly. I don't know if you guys can hear Olive over here panting like a mad woman, but I like that it has structure. It's not just click on this link and go there and then there's all these people in this room. No. Phil and Eleni are super welcoming, super friendly. They take their hosting very seriously, as far as they want everyone who joins to feel welcome, to know like the rules. Like one of the rules that I love is you have to participate at least once a month. And that way you are, you know, the group isn't going to grow to like 500 people and only have 20 people participating. You know, it's sort of like a checks and balances system. They also don't throw you into a chat room full of people or a video chat full of people blind. Like you kind of know how it works. If you don't understand how Zoom works, they will help you. Like, hey, how do I mute myself, or how do I change my name? It's very welcoming. You know how I am. I'm super friendly. I'm super open. I don't want anybody to feel unwelcome or weird. I want everybody to be comfortable. And that's one of the things that I'm super impressed with this IVKN. If you're interested, that I want you to know is that it's very welcoming, very friendly. They're super cool people, and you meet people from all over. I've only done it once, I'll tell you. Now I have spoken to Phil multiple times because we kind of went back and forth. He's very active on Facebook as far as Messenger if you have any questions or anything. I felt very comfortable going into the group. They do their meetings on Tuesday, and it's Greek time, but it's great times. Eastern time, it's like 6 to 10 on Tuesday. This could be wrong, but it's an ish. Saturday is like 6 to 11, and Sunday is like a 10-hour long day. I also got to meet Jessica, one of the viewers of the podcast, an OG. This is the OG episode. I got to meet her. She's a member of the group. So if you are looking for a knitting group and you don't have one, or if you're far away from one, I did want to share that with you, especially because Phil and Eleni said, of course, offer it to my viewers. For those of you who think that that's something you would be interested in, I highly, highly recommend it. Like I said, I've only been there once, but I felt so welcome, and I felt that I enjoyed the fact that there were like some rules and structure. You weren't just, treading water. Any new person that comes in, including myself, and there were a couple others, Phil and Eleni introduce you. They are awesome hosts. They want everybody to feel welcome. All the links will be down below. You can, if for some reason you don't have Facebook, but you have Instagram, Phil said that you can get a hold of him on Instagram and just explain that you don't have a Facebook, and they'll figure it out. So it's just really cool. It's super, I love meeting new people from all over, and I just had a lot of fun, and I can't wait to go back. You guys, that's it. I am so excited for YarnCon. Like I said, I will not get this edited before then. You will be seeing this next week. This is Thursday, is it 4th or 3rd? Whatever that is. And you'll see it probably next week sometime. But as always, thank you so much for enjoying my little corner of crazy that I occupy on this planet. Like, thumbs up, subscribe, all that happy horse shit. Cheers. I forgot to say grab your drink at the beginning. You guys know the drill by now, right? You probably already had your drink. Until we meet again, don't forget to enter the giveaway and the make-along as well. There's threads in the Ravelry group. I'll link them below. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I'll link the video up here. Be sure and go check those out, and I will catch you on the flip side. Later.